I like to walk. One of my favourite walks is just down the end of my street. I can cross a park and I can stand at the mouth of the Yarra River, the Birrarung, River of Mists. It's 242 kilometres long. It springs from the flanks of Mount Baw. It's older than time, and it ends up at the end of my street. Yeah. So then if I turn to my right and I walk along a little way, I'm not going out the Warmies. I'm missing the Warmies. I walk along a bit further than that until I get to a fence, and there's a gate. I can go through the gate. Oh, well, actually, we can all go through the gate. And then I can walk out along a spit of land. It's called Sandy Point. Now, some time ago, Sandy Point was planted out with indigenous plants. There are she oaks. So, because these plants are out here on Sandy Point, there is a habitat for birds. So anytime any of us can go bird watching. And there are always honey eaters. There's always honey eaters. There's, let me see. There's wattlebirds, big wattlebirds, little wattlebirds, singing honey eaters, plumed honey eaters, yellow-winged honey eaters. Sarah, that's not a honey eater.
But what is it?
But what is it? And on the sheltered side of Sandy Point, well, there's always pelicans and ducks. There's Australasian black, chestnut, teal. I've often seen pink-eared ducks. I've seen a musk duck. There are grebes, hoary-headed and crested. Yes, I know I'm listing. There are cormorants. There's little black and pied. And when the tide is out, for sure, we always see, these little tiny red-capped dotterels and sometimes pied oyster catchers. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And in September... well, that's when we see some of these birds. Can you see them? They're the migratory shorebirds. You know these ones? The ones that migrate between Hobson's Bay and Siberia. You know, they go up there to lay their eggs. Definitely you'll see, Sarah and I've seen these, the little redneck stints. You might see a sharp-tailed sandpiper, possibly a ruddy turnstone. In March, April, thousands of them take to the sky and fly across Australia, Papua New Guinea, Singapore, Indonesia. I'm going to be in trouble if I don't say it. Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Japan, China, Mongolia, Siberia. Oh, yeah, give her a I've been listening to this in my sunroom for weeks. The redneck stints of Sandy Point, they're getting restless. So they take to the sky. And they fly for days and days. They fly for about 3,000 kilometres until they get to somewhere, a wetland somewhere in Indonesia, where for sure we would hear story number one, the story of Garuda. Not the Indonesian National Airlines. No, Garuda, the man-bird humanoid whose birth and adventures are so magnificently described in the great Hindu epic, the Mahabharata, one of the oldest and certainly longest stories in the world. And Agni explained to the people, he said to them, "Do not be afraid of Garuda. Garuda is good. Garuda is kind. Garuda will not hurt you. Garuda, the king of the birds, and the one entrusted to carry Lord Vishnu." And so it's time to leave Indonesia and continue the journey north. We're only going to get as far as Thailand.
If you don't stop that singing, I will shoot you. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
We're going a long way now, all the way up to Siberia, where there's a story on the wind. Story number 3. It's June. Way up in the Siberian tundra, a tiny little redneck stint has made a scrape in the ground and lined it with leaves and grass. And she's laid 4 eggs. Now, together with her mate, she will take very good care of those eggs until after 20, 22 days, they hatch. Now, I'm going to call one of those chicks Tom, because that's the name that the storyteller who sent me this story told me was his name. There he is. Why, hello. Tom feels a shadow pass over him. Hello? Who are you? I am the grey heron. I am the largest bird in Yatsuhigata, and I spend rather a lot of my time here. And you, my friend, I don't wish to be rude, but you are rather small. But there are perils on the way. And some will not make it. But Tom, he makes it. And in September, he arrives at Sandy Point in Newport at the end of my street. And all through spring and summer, well, Sarah and I, we see him. He's very, very shy of people, so it's good if you've got a pair of binoculars. But come March, the days begin to grow short. And the mornings, they're very, C-O-L-D, cold. And once again, the redneck stints take to the sky. And this time, they fly north. Tom may only weigh as much as a piece of toast. But in his lifetime, he will fly the distance to the moon and back again.